Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, and it's another 5-minute review. In this week's reviews, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinion on the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the Caesar trilogy. So today I'm going to review Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the 2011 film starring James Franco, and then tomorrow will be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then Wednesday will be War for the Planet of the Apes, and hopefully Friday I'll be able to release my review of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the new movie. It's supposed to start a new trilogy of films. But anyways, Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out in 2011. It's streaming now on Hulu. So if you want to watch it, you can do that. And it's directed by Rupert Wyatt. And this was the only film that in the trilogy that Rupert Wyatt directed, and I'm not sure why. But he is not known for much. He directed The Gambler after Rise of the Planet of the Apes. That was his follow-up to this. And then that was really it. And it's interesting. But it stars James Franco. Motion captured Andy Serkis, Frida Pinto, who else? John Lithgow, Brian Cox, Tom Felton, and David Oyelowo. I hate trying to pronounce his name. They all play different variants of villains in the film, and that's about it. But the real heavy lifting here comes from Andy Serkis, how he didn't get some sort of Oscar nomination throughout all these films is mind-boggling, because he does the Lord's work, the heavy lifting in all three of the films that I'm going to review. But it's written by three people, and I think that's mainly because there's a lot of CGI and motion capture stuff, and so certain things have to be written a certain way. And so I really think that's the only reason that this film has three writers, is because one of them probably handled a lot of the primate stuff. But this is a classic origin story for Caesar. He is a primate that is born with this drug in him, and the drug was introduced to his mother by James Franco's scientist character, who's trying to develop a cure or a fix for Alzheimer's / dementia, which is afflicting his father, John Lithgow. And I really like this film because it's the most human-centered film. It shows the perils of the decisions that humans make, and how the gigantic ripple effect of one decision, and no matter why that decision was made. And James Franco makes it because he's trying to save his dad. Yeah, he's trying to better humanity, but he's trying to save his dad. It's because his dad lives with him, and he sees how Alzheimer's is affecting his father and how it's taking the light from him and all this. And so Caesar becomes James Franco's and John Lithgow's kind of third roommate of sorts, but also they're his parents. But Caesar has a thing and gets in trouble and gets sent off to this primate sanctuary where Brian Cox and Tom Felton's characters are the bad guys. And this is where Caesar gains the trust of the other primates. And this is where we hear Caesar speak for the first time. I remember seeing this film in the theaters, and when Caesar says no, like my whole theater gasped. It was crazy. It was one of the best cinematic moments I've ever experienced. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic film, and it really sets up the Golden Gate Bridge final battle sequence is really good. Really sets up the next two films for a lot of success. And tomorrow we'll get into what I thought of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, but Rise of the Planet of the Apes is such a good launch point for this franchise. And Andy Serkis is really good. James Franco is really good in this. John Lithgow, of course. Everybody here is just doing great work. So highly recommend it. But what I also highly recommend is that you hit the subscribe button when it pops up, soon as any future content right here on the podcast. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe. And don't forget the podcast releases it weekly, every Thursday, on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And we'll catch you next time.
Baby. We test one subject. I want to make sure it's stable. I designed the 112 for repair, but Caesar's gone way beyond that.
You mean increased intelligence?
With skills that far exceed that of a human counterpart.